Hi, friends. It's pretty late, but early for some of you, so maybe I'll catch some of you on the other side of the world who are still quarantined. Um, when people get here, I'll read some of the correspondence I have with PayPal and why they're dumb. Oh, there's a person. Exciting. Who is it? Is it Heather? Comments. Um, choose all messages are visible. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, Dee. How are you guys doing? The tablet stand is wobbling for some reason. Ah. Hi, Heather. Hi, Art Lady. I'm good. Um, I found out my husband isn't coming home tonight because one of his company's buildings has a fire alarm system that's malfunctioning, and he has to stay there and keep guard until the morning. But he'll be getting paid time and a half, so not fun for him. But he can definitely use the money. And when he works, he doesn't really have much exposure to people at all, so very fortunate. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Terry. So I had kind of a busy day, so I decided just to go live, and I just got Sabrina to bed finally. And I'm glad I can help Dee. Um, I kept telling my mom I was going to make her some cinnamon rolls like she used to make. She can't make bread and stuff right now. It's hard for her to even walk across the room without getting winded. So like kneading bread dough is just not something that she can do. Recently I made her bread recipe and I said I'd make her some bread, and so she said, "Well, could you make me cinnamon rolls?" And I've actually never made cinnamon rolls, and so I taught Andrew how to make the dough, and we made the cinnamon rolls together, and they turned out pretty good. First batch got a little overdone, but that's okay. Art lady who thought my husband was social dis. Oh my gosh, who donated $10? Really? That's so nice. Oh, Charlotte, thank you. That's so nice. So we also had some leftovers from our Easter dinner yesterday. Oh, this is funny. So I had never seen this John Hamm skit, and I wrote this post about how I couldn't find ham at the store for Easter, and so I said, I guess ham is the new toilet paper. And I said, no, not like that. And then my friend posted this link saying, oh, it made me think of this skit. And it's John Hamm doing a commercial about John Ham, which is ham that you eat on the John. I had no idea that existed. So on one side of the stall, there's toilet paper roll. On the other side, there's a roll of ham. It's so gross. Hey, Harry. It's very quiet in Australia. I mean, it's fine. I mean, we have a yard, and if it's sunny, we can go outside all we want. Well, you can still go outside if it's raining, but you don't necessarily want to. And I actually went for a walk today, and um, at a friend who was having a crisis, and talked to her for a long time. This is really emotionally tough on a lot of families. Yeah, so go look up John Hamm. John Hamm. So messed up. And there was also a pump bottle of mustard instead of soap. So, Charlotte, you're doing online courses. That's cool. Making lots of videos has helped me feel like life is more normal than normal. It's late, I can't talk. Um, than it would be otherwise. I just have to keep my mind occupied, and it helps me look for things and think about funny things. And at the same time, I'm alternating between like looking for people who need help or prayers and that sort of thing. Um, they're a friend of a friend. There's her husband is on a ventilator in New York City. Actually, they have him on something called ECMO, which saved a doctor who was critically ill at Evergreen Hospital. So he was one of the doctors who responded to the uh, nursing home patients where the breakout first started here in the Seattle area. And I hadn't heard an update about how he was doing, and I was very excited to see an article about him being better because of this machine called ECMO. I don't know how to explain it, so it's ECMO. So maybe look it up. But this family in New York, the husband is on that now, and that is like the last ditch effort. And he's had a slight improvement. And his wife also has COVID, and she is at home with their 6 kids, but she's not severe, at least for not at this point. So I've definitely been praying for them. And one thing their family is asked for is that people go to this website and you submit information about a good deed that you've done in his honor. And then when he wakes up, he'll get to read all these things that people did because of his situation. So I love that. Okay, I'm going to catch up on these comments here. Oh, Heather, your hours have been cut. I'm sorry. Like either I'm worrying about people because of their health or because of their financial situation. I realized the other day, I think this is the first time in my life that I've worried about almost all of my friends and family at the same time. It's very overwhelming. So I keep checking that family's page every day to see if he's doing better, which it gives me hope that that doctor pulled through. And wow, we can't afford to lose doctors and nurses. Art Lady says, what are you doing to keep your spirits up? Um, I look for funny things to watch, and Sabrina's always entertaining. Like I'm really grateful to have my kids around because they seem to be handling it really well, and um, I pray and just connect with friends as much as I can. Although I actually prefer to talk on the phone rather than be on my computer or tablet all day talking with people, like, especially when I'm trying to multitask. It's much easier to make cinnamon rolls and bread if I'm on the phone. I can't send messages to people when I'm cooking. Hi, Jolene. Um, it's 11ish. Hi, Priscilla. Charlotte's taking a course on happiness. It's awesome. I also just focus on all the blessings that we have right now. And we're very, very lucky that my husband still has income right now when a lot of people don't. And I can't even imagine how stressed out I would be if we didn't have income. Um, we have enough food. Our family's healthy right now. Um, yeah, my parents had a visit from a relative who got sick 2 days after visiting them, like over a month ago. And thank goodness. And they don't know if this relative had COVID or not, but oh my gosh, it would be extremely bad if my parents got this. Um, so I felt sad delivering their meal today and not being able to hug them and stay and visit. But at the same time, I'm really grateful that they're well and alive and letting me help with their shopping whenever I can. And I have a friend who works at Costco, and so she keeps an eye out for when things are in stock, or she'll even pick up something that I need. I was so excited today when she told me that there was toilet paper and she was going to grab us some. So the thing is, my parents, so I pick up some things and then other times I try to do online orders. And sometimes people have to wait a week for their online orders. It's not the usual pick it up the same day or the next day. And you can't order toilet paper online unless you have it delivered from Amazon. But you can't order it from Fred Meyer through their click list thing. And so to get a huge package from Costco, I can share that with my parents and then keep my eyes open for smaller packages of toilet paper. So that's awesome. What are you guys doing to survive? We have some friends who did a parody of a Journey music video, Separate Ways. You have to watch it. It is so funny. Their family like reenacted the music video, and it's like gone nationwide now. Maybe you've seen it already. Jose, I don't blame you. Jose says, I'm thinking about quitting my job and just sit home and collect unemployment. This crap is getting worse by the day. Oh boy. Yeah, so I don't know if we've hit our peak here or not, but I know it's getting worse in other places in our country. And uh, I keep hearing all these different ideas on how long the stay at home thing is going to last. And yeah, when people say like into the fall, that makes me kind of lose it. But, there are worse things than staying home, I guess. It's just not the same connecting online with people, like doing Zoom and stuff. It's not the same. So, okay. If you saw my recent video about the Instagram scammer who had his account's called Foundation to Raise Funds, and I messed with him. I reported his PayPal email to PayPal, and they are short staffed too. But I sent them a message through Twitter, and obviously there's some automated stuff going on. But even after I explained, they were still stuck on, sorry you got scammed. I said, hello, I wasn't scammed today, but there is someone on Instagram using PayPal to scam people. They asked me to donate to their fraudulent foundation using either PayPal or Bitcoin. I pretended I was interested and got their PayPal email. I hope you can help anyone who may have been scammed by them. The email is jocklee1982@gmail.com. I can't stand scammers who take advantage of people during a crisis. They responded, hello there. Thanks for reaching out to us. I am sorry to hear that you have been scammed by a merchant on Instagram. No, that is not what I said. If you make a goods and service payment to them within 180 days, you can report the issue to us. We will help you accordingly. If not, you can report any violation with the help of this link. They didn't give me a link, so that wasn't helpful. Some of this seems to have disappeared. I did a printout. Then they said, thank you for getting in touch with us. Because I wrote back saying, I wasn't scammed. Oh, wait, here it is. I said, hi again. I wasn't scammed, but the person with that account is trying to scam people. Was hoping you could shut it down. Thank you. Thank you for getting in touch with us. As part of PayPal's commitment to excellence, we invite you to provide feedback about your experience. All feedback, in addition to other information collected, will be used in accordance with PayPal's privacy policy. Blah, 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 blah. Then they said, due to the coronavirus emergency, our customer service staff is limited and our response times are delayed. You can always visit, the link didn't show up. That's very, very gray. Or another link to view frequently asked questions. Blah, blah, blah. I said, hi there. Thanks for reaching out. I'm sorry for the confusion caused in the previous... Oh, wait, they said that. They said, sorry for the confusion, and then they sent me a link to report this person's email. So I reported it, and then they sent me a message through my PayPal account. Dear Sarah, thank you for contacting PayPal with your concern. After reviewing your account, I am unable to determine which transaction you are referring to. Please reply to this email with the following information about the transaction. Transaction date, email address for other party involved in this transaction, transaction amount. Yeah. With this information, we'll be able to research the transaction and provide you the information you require. We apologize for any inconvenience. So I wrote back again. It's explained again. I was not scammed. Hello, this email is associated with a scammer who is asking for money for hungry children during the pandemic. jocklee1982@gmail.com. He calls his fake organization Foundation to Raise Funds. I know at least one person sent $2,000 through PayPal. Please shut them down. And let's see. I don't think I have all the pages. But I wrote and explained some more, and I sent a screenshot explaining that I had taken the guy for a ride, and I said, here is a screenshot of his transaction history that he sent me, and he claims that this woman donated $2,000 to their foundation. So, like, can you please shut down his account so that people can't make any more donations to him? And then they said, oh, okay, we're going to take the appropriate actions, which I'm guessing will probably be nothing. And then at the same time, I have Instagram going, we're short-staffed. We can't look at all of the reports sent in, but if this person offends you, you can block their account. So annoying. So they have they updated their report system to be able to choose something as a scam or a fraud. So I got excited and I thought, well, maybe these Instagram moderators can work from home, but apparently not. And I don't know why they can't set it up that way. But scammers are going to be getting away with more online during this time, and that ticks me off. And more people are home bored and lonely right now. Yes, Kay, I was communicating with a robot initially. Hi, Flabadon, thank you. Jose says, my friend that owns the skating ring is being hacked by Instagram scammers. Well, that is lame. Hi, Lori. Charlotte, you were told July? Yeah, it looks like my kids, well, see, one sort of camp thing for our church was canceled, and then the girls' camp is also going to be canceled, which was going to be Carmen's first girls' camp. And this is just as our church is going to switch to doing girls' camp every other year instead of every year. And so that's a big disappointment. Flabadob says, I've been using my running machine and doing weights to get fit for my job. That's cool. It's an awesome way to spend time. Priscilla says, it's hard. I'm very lonely. I talk on the phone a lot, but it's not the same. You're right. It's not the same. I wish my tablet stand would stop doing that. So my husband's birthday is on Friday. And so I'm trying to figure out how to make it special. Oh, I don't think he knows about the Costco toilet paper yet. Oh, unless he's watching this right now because he's bored at work. Do not watch this. You don't know about the toilet paper. You heard nothing. I'm still going to wrap it though if you did hear it, and you can pretend you don't know what it is. Heather, I'm glad your life hasn't changed too drastically. So, my son has been going running every morning, and at first he was having a distance run with a friend, and that got poo-pooed. And so now he's asked me to go running with him, which is funny because I don't really run. So tomorrow, or this morning, I put on this dress with my tennis shoes. And I ran like a Neanderthal. We'll see if he still wants me to run with him tomorrow. Okay, that's a wonderful birthday gift. So I was thinking of making buckeyes to go on top of my husband's cake. And then I think I'm going to give most of my effort on the cake. And then I think I'll go get Panda Express. Did I tell? Oh, I haven't live streamed for a while. Okay, so I went through the drive-through of Panda Express. Like I was so fed up of the constant dirty dish assembly line in our house. I finally caved and got Panda Express on the way home from visiting my sister. And by visiting my sister, I mean we drove up in front of her house and stayed in the car while we watched our nephew do bike tricks. He's so cute. And he also like dumped big buckets of water over his head and stuff. So that was entertaining. I just wanted to to see my sister's family, even from afar. And yeah, on the way home, grabbed some Panda Express. And while we were in the drive-through, they said, "Hey, if you order online ahead of time, it's $20 for the family meal deal." I was cringing because here I was about to spend like 40 something dollars. But I can still get that deal, I think, this Friday on my husband's birthday, and he likes Panda Express, so he'll he'll be happy with it. And okay, so Buckeyes, they are sugary peanut butter balls that are dipped in melted chocolate. They're delicious. So I thought, what if I hope he's not watching this. I'd be mad. Um, I thought, what if I made a chocolate cake? And I don't really have great baking tools for decorating cakes, but um, and what if I did like a chocolate peanut butter ganache on it, um, and then decorated it with the Buckeyes? Oh, so I have a friend who had a birthday today, and she made herself a COVID cake. It was pretty awesome looking. Hi, Strider. And yeah, I have no idea when my husband's gonna come home because he has to like stand guard all night at this building that has the malfunctioning alarm system. And it wasn't making any noise, but he was there working. The fire department shows up and says the alarm system has called them and said that there's a fire when there is no fire. Okay, then. So he's just completely alone. And I said, you should crank up some music and like dance like you're in the Breakfast Club. And he said, no, there's windows. People can look in here. I said, well, I'll show up and do it with you. I totally would. Hi, Deo. Deo, it must be really late where you are. Who all has insomnia? I've been having so many nightmares. And the other night I was making like an extra effort to feel calm and peaceful as I started to fall asleep. And I thought, okay, I'll watch something funny. I'll listen to some relaxing music. And just a split second after I dozed off, I had a nightmare that I was falling. Like, it was just such a sudden thing. And then I jerked awake and my heart was just racing. And it was really hard to get back to sleep. And this stuff started, I think, around the time that my cousin, who's like, I think in her late 30s, she came down with COVID, and it just takes on a whole other level once you actually personally know someone who has it. Um, and she has young children, and she started to develop some heart symptoms uh, after she'd mostly recovered. So that was becoming a worry. So after I'm done chatting with you guys, I'm going to put on a show to binge watch. I tried to get into Downton Abbey years ago and it just didn't really work for some reason. But I might give it another chance while I fold my laundry. And I was thinking, once again, we can try to give my husband a really clean house, maybe. Hard to do when we're constantly cooking with 7 people here. Heather says, I'm just a creature of the night, like the Phantom. Deo, have I been talking to TBS? I don't know Canadian time zones. Lori, my kids officially started online school today too, and So my two boys are in, well, actually I have three boys, but the two boys who are in school, they have chamber choir, and of course you can't actually sing with the chamber choir. So now they have like some music theory exercises they have to do. Uh, it's not the same. Heather says I've been waking up out of nowhere having anxiety slash panic attack. Yeah, it's not fun. I've had some weepy moments. Um, After I posted on Facebook, I'm realizing this is the first time I've worried about almost all my friends and family at the same time. A friend asked me, "Are you okay?" And I just started bawling, and my husband was like, "What's wrong?" Okay, I'm not like continuously super upset, but um, sometimes you just have to let the emotions happen. I just don't want to hit a point where I'm crying and I can't stop crying. And I've only showed this photo to a couple of friends and my therapist, where my face is super swollen after the last meltdown I had like months ago. And it looks like I'm allergic to my own tears. Yeah, Deo, I can't go to Relief Society. It's lame. But I couldn't really go anyway because I'm the primary pianist at church. Well, I can go to the activities. But and I'm surprised we haven't done like a Relief Society Zoom or something. So Relief Society is our women's group at church. Sorry for the lingo that people don't understand. Oh, Call the Midwife was good. I like that one. Although that's kind of that can be a little intense for how stressful things are right now. Um, Although, does Downton Abbey get intense? I don't know. I just have so many friends who raved about Downton Abbey, and um, I don't know. No one else will be watching it. It was kind of fun back in the day where shows would come in on a specified night, and then you're all watching it together, and then the next day, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. Kind of takes the joy out of watching shows sometimes. Because let's see, when I binge watched The Practice, I just wanted to like get on Facebook and be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it!" Oh, you guys aren't watching it. I can't believe that serial killer. Did you guys ever watch The Practice? It's on it's on Hulu now. They just took it off of Prime, but it's a really good show. Hi Andrew, go to bed. Good night. Heather says, "I enjoy shoving feelings deep, deep, deep down inside." Forensic. Oh, will that help me sleep? Maybe not. Thanks for the update, Andrew. Oh, thank you, Lori. Well, I wouldn't be normal if I didn't get sad. I mean, what kind of psychopath doesn't get sad during a pandemic, right? Oh, people are dying. La la la. Yeah, if I didn't get sad during this, then everyone should be disgusted by me, right? Listening to my son. Ah, well, my room's a mess. I don't want to clean it. I keep partially cleaning it and then messing it up again somehow. Heather, you're not a psychopath. Hi, Benz. How are you? Listening to my children some more. All right, next time I do a live stream, I'll try to plan it. Yeah, so with the kids officially doing online school now, I'm going to be doing more battle over my computer. So editing will be more difficult. Might have more late nights. Um, my son Eric gets up early and goes running. Well, now he's going to force me to go tomorrow, I think, again. And then he gets to work on school. The thing with doing homework online and stuff is, oh, now you're playing a game. Oh, they're like actually going back and forth, and you just kind of wonder, can I have my computer back now? Good night, Deo. Heather says, one day you'll see my name on the news and be all, dang, she warned us. Heather said she was a psychopath. Ooh, salted peanuts and M&Ms. That sounds good. I had a late night dinner of bacon and eggs and toast. We were going to have burgers, and then my husband called and said that he couldn't come home tonight. So, yeah, that's okay. He's not a doctor who's being exposed to horrible things. And ka-ching, overtime. And when we get overtime pay, then I can do more to help other people. Yeah, I like breakfast for dinner. It's fast. I hardly buy cereal anymore, though, because the milk consumption in the house goes up so much. And then the kids will start making cereal for like every meal. We go through like 10 gallons of milk a week. It is crazy. But during this time, at least lots of us have like unlimited long distance, right? For people who like to talk on the phone. I love talking on the phone. Heather, that's correct. Breakfast is perfect anytime. I think I might make more homemade bread and make French toast again, because that was good. Reminder, follow me on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram because you don't have Instagram, then you should get Instagram. And then you can follow me and see all the stuff that I don't end up making into videos because something else took its place. Sometimes I start to make some video clips thinking, I'm going to make a video about this. And then a scammer will call. And then I think, okay, I'm going to make this video. And then I just don't get around to what I was going to do. I still haven't vlogged our trip to Utah last year, and I'm meaning to do that. I've just been avoiding it because I'm going to have to like dig through all of this. Have to go way back in my backup and figure out where it's at. Lori, it's crazy. I wish we had a cow. But our HOA would frown on that. So I don't think we can have chickens either. Well, chickens don't provide milk. I'm just saying, as far as livestock goes. Um, I would love to have a setup where we didn't actually have to leave the house to get food. Heather, your mom won't make homemade bread? Ben's, I haven't heard from Alex. I'm heartbroken. So, so sad. Hi, Michelle. Michelle says, do you think those scammers know you know they're scammers and just keep calling you for their entertainment along with yours? In the case of Alex, yeah. I think so. Hi, Sai. How are you doing? Okay, you guys, tell me what funny show I should watch so that's not raunchy. Sometimes Netflix gets new shows and I go, oh, I want to watch it. And then it looks like it's maybe not for me. Humor wise, probably, but I don't want to see like naked people or hear certain words. Yes, sorry, I don't want to see anything raunchy. Hi, Tammy. Thanks, Donald. Dolly Parton's Heartstrings. That sounds promising. You're on WA 9 on the rest of Fuller House. Dumpling on Netflix. Oh yeah, Carol Burnett. We've been watching some Carol Burnett. It's so funny. Hate to sound old, but they don't make them like they used to. Thank you, Sai. Hi, how do you say that? Ruach? Favorite movie, Little Big Man. I don't think I know that one. Yeah, Tim Conway. I just watched what they call the big blooper or something. It wasn't really a blooper because Vicki Lawrence said it on purpose. So Tim like had this goal to make them all lose it, and so he was going on and on about some, was it conjoined elephants or something, and they were all about to lose it, and then Vicky finally blurts out, "Is the little a-hole done yet?" And then they all lost it. I love shows that have improv moments where they have like a general script and then someone gets super funny. It's the best. Oh, I love Groundhog Day. That's funny. Oh, this chair is killing me. Ow. This is the worst. I need to get some sort of nice chair in here to sit on. That's not too big. Hi, Jody. Tim Conway and Harvey Carmen, the dentist episode. I think I've probably seen that one. I love the movie Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. It's really funny. And I used to have this one, and I brought it when I went out of town, and I think I showed it to my brother's family. But it's called Dick, and it's about Richard Nixon. It's about these two ditzy teenage girls who accidentally uncover the Watergate scandal. And it has like an all-star cast. It has lots of people from Saturday Night Live. And yeah, I would love to own that one again. Wish I should probably do digital so I don't lose it again. Oh, I do have an Amazon gift card. I could order that. Oh, that's so funny about the elephant art lady. I also love it's an Irish movie called Waking Ned Divine. Has a really original plot, and they can be hard to understand at times, but it's worth it. They're funny. Donald says, "You have an Amazon gift card? Give me the numbers." It's funny, like sometimes people will um, surprise me with an Amazon gift card. Like one time it was through, I didn't realize you could do this, but it sent me a link through like Twitter. And I think that was like, oh, that happened on Christmas morning. And I thought it was just going to be someone going, hey, Merry Christmas. And it was a gift card. That was so nice. Corman peed his pants. That is funny. I used to love watching Whose Line Is It Anyway? There was this episode, they have like audience participation, and Wayne Brady picked up this woman and accidentally lifted her skirt up and it showed her underwear to everybody, and he felt so bad. He was mortified. And then later when they were doing their thing where they make up lyrics on the spot, he um he sang something about the underwear incident. He's so talented. I don't know if I've ever seen Tootsie or not. So I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but I was once in a commercial that I didn't get to see. But we had some friends who saw us on the commercial while they were watching MTV. And so there's a seafood place called Ivar's, and they used to have a booth set up inside their restaurants, and you could just go inside the booth and make a commercial. You could say your own thing, or you could read their script that they had in there, and you had a certain amount of time to read the script. My sister and I made like different versions of it. So we were teenagers at the time, and we were doing things like Ivers clears your sinuses and just ridiculous stuff. So what they actually ended up putting up, so they just played clip after clip of people making stupid commercials in the Ivers booth. Um, so after we read the script, it was still recording, and so we were just sitting there awkwardly going, "Commercial's over now." That's what they put up. So On YouTube, they do have some clips of those, but I've never been able to find myself. So that's uh, my non-claim to fame. We can't be friends anymore because I haven't seen Tootsie. My parents probably didn't let me see it, and I just never got around to seeing it. Oh, maybe I won't. Thanks, Tammy. Yeah, I just want to be the Ivers poster girl, you know? We also used to go to Skipper's as a family. And it's funny looking back at that because we thought going to Skipper's was just such a special experience. It's just fast food fish and chips. And this one time my dad challenged me to get the all you could eat. Kept telling me to go back, get my money's worth. I don't think I got his money's worth. Oh, and they have a little Jello cup, which I loved. And my sister and I always filled out the comment cards. We're so dumb. We saw on the menu that the fish is dipped in beer batter, and we'd write comments like, "You dip your fish in beer batter? What are you trying to do? Turn me into an alcoholic?" Got our jollies because they didn't have the internet back then. So if you saw a suggestion card, then you fill it out and you write stupid things. Oh, Ivers! I've been to the Ivers on the waterfront. So they have lots of smaller Ivers that are just the fast food deep fried stuff. You get their clam chowder too, but yeah, Ivers on the waterfront. That's a totally different experience, and I don't think they had the commercial booth in the fancy one. But I remember my brother took me to Ivers on the waterfront, and we got some clams, and they bring you some melted butter and some lemon to squeeze on it, and that was really good. And then I took my husband there. This was the day we picked out my engagement ring, and if you've ever been to Seattle on the water, there's this place called Ye Old Curiosity Shop. And so what happened was my husband came to visit. So I had moved home, and he came to visit for 2 weeks. And then we ended up extending it another 2 weeks because we were having so much fun. And we went to the zoo for many hours. And then we went to Ye Old Curiosity Shop in Ivers on the waterfront. And while we were at the Curiosity Shop, so they have weird things like shrunken heads. You could probably find stuff about it online, but they had some cubic zirconian rings, and he said that I should pick one out, but he didn't like officially propose that day. And he was going to wait for a special moment. And then the 4th of July came, and my parents said, "Hey, do you want to go for a drive to Mount Rainier with us?" And he kind of lit up and said, "Okay." And so there was a rest stop at one point and a fence, and we decided to hop over the little fence and see what was beyond that. And there was like this rocky overhang and just this beautiful view of Mount Rainier. And that's when he got down on one knee. And I'm terrified of bees, so a bee started flying around me. So, otherwise, it would have been just the totally perfect moment. So here he is asking me to marry him, and I'm Yes. Terrified of bees. And my parents didn't witness that, so we came back to the car and let them know we're engaged. So I'm glad it was a private thing and not a big public thing. Kind of weird for a YouTuber to say, maybe. People might think we like everything to be public, but no, that's not the case. I actually didn't really like being the center of attention on our wedding day either. Just the pressure of you're supposed to be this beautiful bride, and just, I don't know, the feeling of being compared to all the other brides, and is your dress good enough, and is the reception good enough? Um, yeah. So yeah, we got engaged on the 4th of July, so that's kind of a cool anniversary and easy to remember. Donald says, yes, Yield Curiosity Shop. Spent many hours there. Yeah, it's a fun place. I've never had escargot. Heather says, definitely can't be friends if you haven't seen Nightmare Before Christmas. I have seen Nightmare Before Christmas. Many times. Hi, Jen. We actually had our reception at my parents' friend's house, like close friends of the family. I didn't like my husband isn't the type to be the center of attention. Even it's different if I'm performing. That's one thing, but the thought of like doing our first dance and everyone staring, we didn't want to do that. We also didn't want to like stand in line for a super long period of time, so we just had it in someone's house that was already beautiful, and we didn't want to like have to decorate the church gym, because there's no way to decorate the church gym and actually make it look beautiful. Wait, Art Lady, we're friends again? We are? Heather, you would do a Vegas wedding? Would it be like with an Elvis impersonator? How come people always impersonate jumpsuit Elvis? Barbie, this is true. Fact. Um, yeah, so in our church, the gym inside the church is actually called the Cultural Hall. So you can play basketball in it, but there's also activities in there. So, fun fact, Cultural Hall. Hi, Ari. It is probably about midnight now. And I accidentally took a nap earlier, and Eric is gonna wake me up to go running. That involves him running and me walking slowly, and um, and then we see each other again afterwards. Not a really fun senior year for him. I did. I accidentally took a nap. I was just laying down to rest and wanted some cuddles with Sabrina. And I think I took a nap because Eric woke me up early this morning. I actually set my alarm and it didn't go off. Yeah, not fun for the seniors who had all of these plans. And um, Eric said for senior skip day, he was actually going to defiantly go to school. That'll show them. I guess they could just not show up to their online classes. They should all make up a dumb reason why they couldn't show up to their online class. So I did a video about my son Jared's senior skip day and a joke email I considered sending to the school, but I figured they wouldn't have a sense of humor. Donald, it has not really gotten better at the stores, unfortunately, and lots of times it's the employees who aren't keeping their distance, and that's a little frustrating. And then the Easter shopping was especially bad. I realized on Saturday I don't have anything to make my family special for dinner, and my husband had already gotten the candy and stuff. At least you can always count on him to get candy. But yeah, so they were totally out of ham, and I just found a really good ham recipe that I made years ago and couldn't remember it. And then a friend said, "Is this the recipe?" And it was. So I got all excited, and then I got there, and I had planned on making funeral potatoes, which I still did, and I used like the frozen diced ones instead of the shredded, and that's fine. Um, so I saw a like prime rib roast, and that was like a 5 pounder for like $35, and I really didn't want to pay that, but I thought this would really cheer up my family if I made a delicious roast. And I had never made one of those, but it's something my mom made a few times when we were growing up. And so I hoped that there would be some leftovers from my parents and that they would be willing to receive it without getting too freaked out that it might be contaminated. But I brought it to them today, and they loved it, and they said there was enough for them to have more another day. And I brought them a whole pan of funeral potatoes. And the recipe I found, it actually called for potato chips instead of cornflakes. And amazingly, we still had some sour and cheddar cheese potato chips. I thought, or sour cream and cheddar. And so I decided to put that on top. So, Art Lady says, excuse for missing online classes. The frogs have invaded the alligator pond. Yes. It's a good one. Yes, Donald, my roast on Instagram. It turned out so good. Tammy, you had a sandwich for Easter? Yay. A sandwich. I wish I could have shared my roast with everyone. Good night, Ari, Uri, Eri. I need a pronunciation guide for everyone who shows up. Oh, Donald, are you talking about the guy who joked with me that he wasn't going to cough on me as he walked by? Yeah, that wasn't funny. The I haven't heard an update about the choir, um, where most of them got sick when they didn't have any symptoms, but the last I heard, 2 of them had passed away. I can look for an update. Um, Hopefully there will be one. But as I mentioned earlier, this doctor who works at Evergreen Hospital, he recovered from after, I mean, he was very, very close to death. So there was was it the Seattle Times? There was a great article about how they saved his life. So that's awesome. Interesting art lady. Hi, Diana. Diana, it is about midnightish here. I'm about to head to bed. I've been on a little over an hour now. Well, I'm not really gonna head to bed, but I'm going to sit on my bed and fold laundry and watch a show. I stay awake until I feel more calm. Well, I'm trying to think of how else to make my husband's birthday special. I feel sorry for everyone who's having birthdays while they're quarantined. It's really lame. Like, my birthday was kind of my last hurrah. I had my friends take me out, and then the next night we went out for karaoke with more friends, and then that was like the last big social thing I did. And the next weekend was supposed to be our concert, and then the concert was canceled, which made us extremely sad. I still have the tickets in my wallet, and hopefully they can still be used for a later date. Lori, it's 3:30 there. Yeah, that's really late. Well, I better get going. Sorry if you guys just got here, some of you. No, I'm not hiding in the closet. I have so many video ideas right now. I just don't always have the time to make them. My computer keeps pooping out while I'm editing. Just dies. Flabadob. I don't know when I'm going to do my next live stream. So I've just been trying to upload every day. And if I don't have something to upload, then I live stream instead. And yeah, so when the quarantine first started, I decided I'm going to upload every day during this quarantine. And now that quarantine looks like it's going to last for months. Like, I'm sure no one will hold me to it, right? She said she was going to upload every day. 6 months into it, she didn't upload, so she's a liar. What are my boys laughing about? Thanks for coming, everyone. It's great to talk to you guys and see how you're all doing. I've also noticed that my friend Cindy Duran has not been around. And a while back, she had a stroke, and her writing became more difficult. And she and showed up at things very regularly. So of course, that gives me concern, and I have no way of finding out what's going on. So that's one of the really not fun aspects of YouTube is you become friends with people, and then if something goes wrong, you don't know about it. Donald says she did not upload. Scam! Oh, thank you, Diana. Tomorrow, I should probably do my taxes tomorrow, and that takes a long time, and it's really frustrating. So we'll see what kind of upload you get tomorrow. Doing taxes is the worst. And being a YouTuber makes it more complicated because the government's like, you have a business. No, I didn't want a business. I just wanted some extra money. But that's how it was with teaching piano too, which I'm still teaching. Well, not at the moment, but we're maybe going to attempt some online lessons, which with first grade students, that's a little difficult because you got to have their parents super involved. And everybody's like overwhelmed right now. All right, I'm going to run. Hope you guys have a good night / good morning / good sleep / great pandemic. So much fun. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.